Welcome back to our channel for another installation day. Sorry that my voice might sound a little bit weird today because I'm having a really bad flu and cough. So anyways, today what we have in the shop is right behind me. So this is a 2022 Ferrari F8 Tributo that is being sent in for our IPE exhaust upgrade, and also the car will be going for a stage 2 tune right after the exhaust upgrade. So right over here, this is how the IPE exhaust system looks like that we have it displayed on the floor. As you may know, all the newer Ferraris, basically after the 458 generation, the 488, the Pista, the F8, the 296 GTB, they all sounds terrible with the downsized turbo engine. And this F8 Tributo here we have today, it is a UK imported unit, so it does have the OPF, GPF particulate filter, and the car with the factory exhaust system, it sounds absolutely terrible. It is basically a vacuum cleaner. So now let's find out how does it sounds like with the very quiet, very muted, very restrictive factory exhaust system. We are halfway through the installation, so now here we have removed the rear bumper, the rear diffuser, and also the tail lights out from the F8 Tributo so that we can have access to remove this factory exhaust system out of the car. So this is how the F8 Tributo looks like when you have all the rear components removed out from the car, and this is how the factory exhaust system of the F8 Tributo looks like. So first of all, middle section we have this very small tiny muffler, but what kills off most of the sound is actually this, the OPF, GPF particulate filters that is massively huge, and also it is very restrictive on the sound and also the performance in order to comply with the very strict regulations in the Europe and basically the entire worldwide. So now we'll get back to work to remove the factory exhaust system out from the F8 Tributo. We'll remove the muffler, the OPF, and also the primary cats. And once we have all the factory exhaust removed, we'll put it right over here side by side to compare with the IPE exhaust system that is going into the car later, and also we will talk a little bit more about the key differences between the factory system and the IPE system. Day 2 of the installation, so we have taken a full day to remove the factory exhaust system out from the F8 Tributo, and now we have already removed it. So we will further talk a little bit more about the differences between the factory system and the IPE system. So first of all, on the factory exhaust system, right over here, this is the rear muffler, a very tiny muffler box that you have on the F8. Then on the sides, you have this particulate filter, OPF, GPF filters. These are massively huge, and also it is very restrictive. There's a lot of restrictions happening inside these OPF filters. Then to the rear, you have these primary cats. So basically the factory exhaust system, you have two primary cats, then you have the secondary cats with the OPF, GPF filters, and by the size of this OPF, GPF particulate filters, it is massively huge and it kills off a lot of sound on the F8 Tributo. Basically the car sounds just like a vacuum cleaner. It doesn't sound loud at all. Now moving towards the IPE system, so as you can see, the IPE system, it has a completely different design compared to the factory system. The engineers, the R&D department at the IPE team, they completely redesigned the entire exhaust system in order to give the F8 a proper exhaust sound, to give it a sporty, aggressive exhaust sound that it should have. So what we have here is a titanium X pipe. So this is made out of titanium material and it is extremely lightweight. Also, IPE did apply a layer of this high temperature heat protection all over the X pipe and they coated it in this very beautiful blue color. Also on the X pipe, you do have the valve control function. So these are where the valves located at. And towards the rear, the owner has decided that he wants to have something that is extremely loud. He wants the loudest option, so he went with the Catless downpipes instead of the 200 self-cated downpipes. So this is a straight-through downpipes without any cats, any resonators, no restrictions, to give the best sound for the F8. And also IPE did apply a layer of this high temperature heat protection on the downpipes as well, coated in gold color. It looks really nice. While for the tips option, so this is how the IPE exhaust tips looks like. You can have the choice of the standard silver color, this chrome gold color, or the chrome black color, as well as a titanium blue color. So for this F8, the owner, he wants the exhaust tip to stand out of the crowd, so he went with this, our best-selling titanium gold tips. Also, the IPE exhaust tips, these are made out of titanium material, so this is definitely a lot lighter compared to the factory tips, and it does have a special design, specifically designed for the F8 Tributo. It has two layers. The inner layers is coated in titanium blue color, while for the outer layer, it is finished off in chrome gold color. And this IPE exhaust tips, definitely it looks a lot larger compared to the factory tips, and also it looks a lot more different, I would say, compared to this standard chrome silver tips on the F8 Tributo. So once we have this installed on the rear bumper, definitely it will look a lot better compared to this chrome silver tips. And you do have the IPE logo crafted on top of the exhaust tips. Also, the owner, he has opted to have this additional remote control so that he can have the full control over the valve operation, to have it fully off or fully on. And basically that's all for the product explanation part. Now we will put both of this system onto our weight machine to find out what is the weight reduction that we can have with this IPE full exhaust system. I assume that it will be a lot lighter compared to the factory system. As per our weight machine shows, the factory rear section, the muffler with the OPF and GPF filters, it weighs about 15.8 kilograms. While for the IPE rear muffler section, the titanium X pipe, it weighs at only 6.2 kilograms, and that is already some massive weight reduction over the factory rear section. And the stock primary downpipes with the catalytic converters and also the tailpipes weighs at 11.1 kilograms. And the IPE Catless downpipes with the titanium tips, it weighs at only 6.6 kilograms, so there is about another 4 kilograms of weight reduction over the factory downpipes and the factory tips. So according to our measurement, this factory exhaust system weighs at 26.9 kilograms, and the IPE system, it weighs at only 12.8 kilograms. So with the IPE exhaust system installed on your F8 Tributo, you will get around 14.1 kilograms of weight reduction, and when we convert these numbers into percentage, that is a massive 47.5% lighter compared to the factory exhaust system. And that's all for the product explanation part and also the technical data of the IPE system versus the factory system. Now we'll get back to work to install the IPE exhaust onto the F8 Tributo, and once we have everything fitted, of course we will start up the car, do a sound check, listen to how does it sounds like with the brand new IPE exhaust system. And believe me, this will be a day and night difference when you have the IPE system installed on your F8 Tributo. It will sound extremely loud, a lot more aggressive, and the best part is not only that you get the proper sound improvement, you also get the proper performance improvements because of the weight reduction of the exhaust system. we have finally finished installing the IPE exhaust system on the F8 Tributo, and now we are going to start up the car. This is the first cold start of the F8 Tributo with its brand new IPE exhaust system, and I'm quite curious how loud will this be. Okay, start. And this is how the Ferrari F8 Tributo sounds like with an IPE exhaust system. So let us know in the comment sections below what do you think about the IPE titanium full exhaust on this 3.9 litre V8 twin turbo Ferrari F8 Tributo, and also do let us know what do you think about this titanium chrome gold exhaust tips on the red Ferrari. How does it look like? If you are driving an F8 Tributo and you are going to have the IPE exhaust system, what colour exhaust tip that you would go with? Let us know in the comment sections. And lastly, if you enjoy our content, like and share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content in the future.